and welcome back to a new video. If you are new here, my name is Nicola and I run a small business in Yorkshire in England, and I'm an illustrator. I create stationery and art prints and all of the good things, and very soon I will be creating something else. But that is kind of what this video is going to be about. This is part one of what turned out to be a really long video. This video is setting up a sublimation printer, which is here. I realised I didn't do an intro, so this is me saying hello and welcome. I will let past Nicola get on with setting up the printer, and I'll come back at the end because I want to talk through some tips and everything that I learned from setting this up, because in all honesty it's quite straightforward, but it's daunting. It's really daunting, and I think that's why it took me so long to actually set one up, because if you've been around for a while you will know that this is a surprise. This is as much a surprise to me as it is you. This was not supposed to happen anytime soon, but here we are. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's helpful. I really do hope it's helpful. That's the large part of the reason I've split this video into two halves, because I want this video to really help people like me that have no idea where to start, what printer to get, what inks to get. Obviously everybody's different. This is just my experience and the things that I went with, but hopefully it will really help in some way. If you have any questions and I've not covered anything, please let me know in the comments and I will link as much as I can. I'm just having a look around yet. I think everything should be linkable, so I will find it and I will link it in the description below. But any questions, please ask. Right, on to the actual video. Unplugged charger, and I have something very exciting to bring in. Epson ET2860, and I'm going to try and set it up. I have the syringes, the ink from Ink Experts, I've got Sublimation, I've got the Ink Experts paper. Let's go. Let's attempt to set this up. Oh. I got this up, so I'll start making loads of noise. This was £179.99 from Argos. It was about 230 from Curry's. And just to note, because most of you will probably know, will be aware, I'm going to turn this into a sublimation printer, which means the warranty will be null and void. So don't think it really matters where you get your printer from, to be quite honest. And I saved £50, which covered the ink and the paper, so it was a no-brainer. Okay, oh, this smells like a garden centre in here, in the box, not my room. I will say it's quite light and small. Like, the box makes it look huge. Did go to Curry's to like have a look at them first. They didn't actually have this in our local Curry's anyway, but yeah, they're not actually as big as you'd think. I think some of them are huge from what I've seen on people's vlogs. The eco tanks look quite big. Let's see if I can lift this up and show you. I mean, look, if you look at the width of me, it's actually quite cute. Smaller than my Canon. Anyway, it's got a scanner on top. Can't imagine I'll be using that, to be quite honest. But here we go. This is going to be the bit that takes concentration. So I don't know how much I'll film or talk doing this, because I have genuine fear. I'm also going to get a grey towel. We've got like some dark towels that are older, and I'm going to put this on my desk, rest the printer on it while I fill the ink things up. These obviously came with it, Epson inks. We'll be using them. Don't really know what to do with them, but now it's just a case of untaping everything, which will be quite boring for you guys to watch, I think. God, so many instructions. So many instructions. I'm not sure how many of them I need to pay attention to. everywhere. There's tape in places there shouldn't be tape. I also think I need to download driver settings. Wherever they are. The main reason I wanted to film this is because although a lot of people have spoken about buying sublimation printers and they've done a really brief, I've got a printer, this is what it is. Nobody's really spoken about the nitty gritty, which I would have found really helpful over this last week. I'm not sure what this is. Like, there's a random bit of tape. Will it just live there forever? Is that its life now? Let me show you what's going on. This is it in focus? See this bit of tape? I've managed to, okay, that's the ink. This is literally tape. It's like in, when you do that, can you see inside? What does that mean? Like what's, oh, I mean, okay, that's, look at all of the tape. I do feel like that must be overkill. Right, do I put the ink in second or first? See, these steps are what people don't talk about. Okay, I'm going to take my rings off for this because, oh, and my watch. I don't want ink anywhere. So, I have syringes, I have inkies, I have towel, I have anxiety. Now this is the thing that I've not seen other people do, as I might record. And it's got me wondering why. Okay. I'm going to just rest that there so I can rest. What have we got first? Black, yellow, magenta, cyan. Okay. Syringes. I will link all these below if you want me to. I mean, obviously by the time I publish it, I'll link them below. I feel like a bit of a pro, to be honest, with things like this because of the medication I have to inject. Although it's not this kind of injection. Oh, oh, oh! Sorry. I hope you don't. Yeah, so I shouldn't have done that. Just in case people don't like needles. Right. Oh, flipping heck. I'll bring it closer. Oh, I look like... I didn't intend to actually film today, but it's bank holiday Monday, so... Can I... Oh, there you are. Oh, God. So you can kind of... Can you? Let's see. There. That's where it has to go in. I don't know if you can actually see. It's actually quite terrifying. So, ink, syringe. Okay. Oh, right. Oh, thank God it's sealed. Again, I had the fear. I wouldn't recommend doing it this way. I probably shouldn't be doing this so blatantly. On. Have success, guys. And let's it's working. Okay, right. Now I need to be braver. I hope this washes off my hands. Didn't think that through, did I? I really hope this helps somebody out there thinking about sublimation. I really do, because this is an intimidating journey, and I think that's why I have put it off for so long. Like, there's a lot of ink left, like, a lot. Should I fill it right up? I don't know. Or should I just move on to the next? What's the protocol for this? Okay, we'll just go again. Halfway, I think. We've got to number 5. Ooh. Oh, shoot. Right, okay, well, we clearly... There's a few air bubbles in that. That's when it would be very dangerous if it was real medication. Right. That, I think, is... that's enough. There's definitely a lot left though. That's amazing. Okay. Black, done. Oh wow. I feel like I should have a marker pen. I'm not really gonna forget that was black, am I? I am gonna do the rest and come back to you, because I feel like I've shown you the first one. The rest will just be the same. Also, just like the absolute, the camera's up there. Look at the absolute carnage, but you can actually see better in the yellow, obviously. So that's where we're at right now. And I'm going to do the other two. Wow. Wow, this is noisy. It apparently now is initialising ink, and that could take up to 11 minutes. That noise for 11 minutes does not sound like the one, guys. It's kind of chaos. I've filled all 4 tanks. My first tip, I don't even know if that's going to show properly, buy the gloves. I did not even think buy the gloves, because I mean my hands are so dry and horrible now, but I'm hoping this ink comes off. Yeah, I also, the tanks are kind of almost full and I do have quite a bit of ink left. I'll show you the yellow. Well, the Wi-Fi is doing its thing. So it's really good. It cleans its heads for like 11 minutes and uses a lot of ink. So just prepare for that, and then just top it up again as you're carrying on and continuing to set it all up. So there we have it. The printer is all set up. It's raring to go. I've had my first mugs out of it. I've got one. I've actually got a couple, but I'll show you one now because obviously it's been put into 2 halves. The next video is all about trial and error with the mug press. I have the Locklick tumbler press, so you will see that. But this is one of the mugs that I made. It's can I get into? Yeah, there you go. It's one of them that I made. I think it's sold now. It's sold as a second because it might actually show the correct way to you. I'm not entirely sure, but can you see the writing there? I forgot to mirror the image. But I love it. I love it so far. I'm going to get on to tips, just things that I learned from setting this up. First of all, I don't think I covered it. I think I kind of skimmed over it. So you basically unwrap everything, switch it on and put the ink in. I wasn't sure whether it needed anything installing first or setting up first. Do not put the ink in that comes with the printer. If you put regular ink in this, it's a lot of work to flush everything out and turn it into a sublimation printer. The exact same goes for sublimation ink. I've chosen to go with Ink Experts. I got it from Amazon. It's their shop via Amazon because I have no patience and I wanted it the next day. But because I've chosen to use Sublimation ink from the outset, you have to do a really deep flush that would cost you a lot of ink to like clean everything through if you chose to change brands. So if I suddenly decided I wanted to go with Hippo, I think it's called, a lot of people use. I mean, basically you can, but it's not something I'd be prepared to do. Anyway, you'd probably be best off the amount of ink it'd cost you to just buy a new printer. So, the second thing is I got this 2860 rather than the 1810 because in the future I might want to do tumblers. I've no immediate plans, but I have no immediate plans to buy the printer. So here we are. This prints borderless, the 1810 doesn't. So if you want to be able to get around the tumbler, as I understand it, like the full wrap, it's just the safest way to go. It doesn't print A3, but it prints complete borderless A4, which is a win. My next tip would be buy the gloves. Try and buy some gloves that go with it. If you can't, or if you forget like me and just it goes straight over your head, nail varnish remover. Nail varnish remover takes off sublimation ink from your hands. My hand wash in the bathroom didn't. It's just like imperial leather hand pump things. Didn't take it off. Nail varnish remover came off like a breeze. So if you do get it all over your hands, that's my advice, use nail varnish remover. The next thing I realised after the event was that ink experts actually do empty bottles. So these are actually the Epson inks that came with the printer, but the top of them has a I don't know, the lid is, the bottleneck is like a shape, and you can actually tip it, click it in, and then the ink just drains into the tank. I obviously chose the syringe method, but next time I will buy the empty bottles that are shaped like this to fill the tank, because I think that's useful to know as well. If you have a fear of needles, I'm really sorry if you do, and I put that out there. I've got something in my eye. That's what happens when you put makeup on. I just think, knowing that, if I'd have known that, I'd have probably bought them, but again, patience. I don't really have it. I got the syringes and I filled it up that way. I did show it, obviously didn't show it for long, but there's a small cap that's kind of looks like it's split in two. It's the little plastic circle, and you just put it in either one of those halves. It is straightforward, it's just, yeah, it's a slow process. I'd say it took me about an hour and a half from start to finish, from unboxing the printer to doing the ink to installing the software to connecting it to the Wi-Fi. It took about an hour and a half. It wasn't the quickest job, but it wasn't the hardest job. I would say the most difficult thing I found since setting this printer up is the ICC profiles. Now they come with the ink. Like I said, I ordered mine from Ink Experts. I ordered it via Amazon, and then the next day I just sent the guys a quick email and said, this is my order number, I bought the ink from you from Amazon yesterday, how do I go about obtaining the ICC profiles? They asked what printer I had. Just a side note, Ink Experts don't actually support Apple products anymore. Since 2020, I think they said. It's largely Windows, because, you know, it's a bit, I imagine it's a bit of a nightmare, because it wasn't easy. I cover that in the next video, but I got there eventually. I've still not 100% sorted it because I print from my desktop. That's the only way I can actually find the profile that matches the ink, that matches them. So that was the most laborious task of all, but it's worth it. Get them. I know some people print without them and they get away with it by like increasing saturation and things. I did 3 mugs. The third one is the best, and that had the ICC profile downloaded. You can see the colours, you can just see everything. In fact, bear in mind that on the second one that I'm about to show you, just move my coffee, the colours are, the saturation is cranked up, so they're a bit, this was the first, the second attempt with the saturation cranked up without the ICC profile. Now I want to just sort of draw your attention to the Happy Mail section there. That's without the ICC profile. The saturation is far too high because I've got the ICC profile, but look at the difference. If you look at that, it's a vast difference. So honestly, I would say if you can download the profile, it makes a difference. I honestly think that's probably it. I am going to link everything I used down below. The paper I just chose it from Ink Experts because again it was on Amazon, it could come quick. Whether I stick to that or not, I don't know. I'm thinking of trying A-Sub. I've heard a lot of amazing things about A-Sub. I'm still not entirely sure the way I did it right because a lot of ink was left on the paper. Again, if you have any information or tips about this, please leave it in the comments below because it won't just help me, it will help a lot of other people probably. I'm sorry, I think my foundation's out of date. I do think that probably covers about everything. I don't think I've missed anything important. I feel like I just wanted this to be really in-depth and to be really helpful, and that's why I had to split it, because if I hadn't split this video into 2 parts, it would have ended up being about an hour long. And if you're not necessarily interested in a tumbler press but you're interested in the printer or vice versa, it seems like having a specific video is just really helpful. I know I found it helpful in the past when people have done specific videos about sticker sheets and things like that, so that's why I really wanted to do this. But yeah, I honestly think that's everything. I will link everything in the description below. If you think I've missed anything, please just shout. I'm more than happy to share and let you know. Until then, if you are wanting to carry on and find out how I got on with the mug press, the tumbler press from HTV-RON/Locklick, stay tuned, maybe subscribe or just keep popping back. It would be great to have you around, and if you have found it helpful, a like would be greatly appreciated. Okay, I will see you guys in the next one, and I hope you have a fabulous day. Mwah. Bye.